We all know that in a 185 day school year with 7.5 hours of instructional time available to all of us, every second is precious. You need to find the schedule that provides teachers the time for collaboration and students the time for intervention.
And so we ask, what time do we have in our schedule for students? Once we've identified them, how can we provide them supports? Where is the time in the schedule? So then that was a question we needed to address.
It used to be that our level 3 students did not have labs associated with their science classes, and our freshman biology classes didn't have labs associated either. And so we added labs to those, which obviously increased their contact time in the classroom quite a lot, 25–30%.
And what that gave us the ability to do was they would have one full period of instruction. In the 4-day cycle, they would have 3 of those. And then in a 4-day cycle, they would have 1 lab. So that left, and that would be a different period, and that left 2 days in the 4-day cycle open, and we use one of those days purely as what we call a math lab study hall. And so students who are middle level students all get a math lab. So that's either as a freshman and as a sophomore.
For our level 2 and 3 freshmen and sophomores, off of their science lab, we scheduled a new class called Science Capped Prep, which meets once per cycle and is an extra support for those students where they do work on computer software called Study Island. They do teacher-created assignments that are aligned to the CAP standards, and they get some of that extra support. And that's for all of our level 2 and 3 students in their freshman and sophomore years. But by ensuring that they have those periods available as study halls, not in any class, that means that I can then go and if I need to get them into Tier 2 remediation, to small group tutoring, I can find them in those study halls, take them out of those study halls for a period of time, and schedule them for tutoring.
Just as important is the time for teachers. What time do the teachers have to collaborate, to discuss instruction, to look at the data points that we gather throughout this time period, and to improve their instruction in teaching and learning?
When we moved to the 8-period schedule, that opened up a period in our schedule for teacher meeting time, what we call PLC time. And as part of their schedule now, teachers have once every 4 days, 1 period in their day where they have dedicated time to meet with teachers in their subject area.
Teachers of like courses, we did the best we could to accommodate them having the same PLC time so that they could now not have a release from a duty but actually have time in their day in which they can discuss teaching and learning. Teachers have access to curriculum, can change curriculum, they write assessments, they talk about assessments, they look at the assessments after they're completed, they talk about their students, and they have time to identify their students and figure out which students would need extra help, provide the support to the tutor that's more individualized than it was in the past because they didn't have that time.